Howdy. I had a quick 5 minutes, so I thought I'd quickly put this video together. So the two boxes that I got of dance records had a little bit of stuff in it, and I pulled these 10 records out, and I'm not necessarily going to keep them all, but I'm going to spin them and see what they'll like, but I'm probably going to keep 3 or 4 of them for sure. So $30 total for the, probably 100 plus records that I got. Mainly mid-90s dance house kind of stuff. I've discogged a few of them. They seem to be going for around $5, $6, $7 each. There was also like a 1968 Johnny Farnham album in there that I should be able to get 20 back on, and a couple of little things like that. But I think I might bundle those dance records together in sections and groups, and maybe try to sell them on Facebook for, I don't know yet. But this is what I'm looking at keeping for my collection. So Mr. Hayes, it's a 1977 album, I think it's a little bit worn out down there, but so I don't know this album. I don't know what to expect, but it's 77. It's out of the Stax period. It's Polydor. So it's probably not going to be awesome, but hopefully it'll be okay. And so that's the first one I'm keeping. Next one is this 2 LP set. This is one that I'm just going to listen to and see if I want to keep it or not. It's a Live at Montreux jazz band 2 record set. Clark Terry. So we know who Clark Terry is. Unfortunately, a lot of these covers aren't very good, but the gatefold was stuck together, so I had to sort of pry it apart, and it was quite damaged. Also a bit of damage up in that area, so not great condition by any means. I'll give it a listen and see what it's like. This actually looks pretty alright. The condition, again, not good. No inner sleeve, but all the records look like they'll clean up okay. They need a clean, but look like they're sort of in VG condition. But lots of great artists on this one. Roberta Flack, Curtis Mayfield, Les McCann, Herbie Mann. So I'm definitely curious about this, and hoping that it turns out to be okay. If not, no great loss, but that was just one of the ones that I thought I'd pop aside and have a look at. I don't know who Jonah Jones is, but he has a quartet, and in that quartet he jumps with a shuffle. Looks like it's probably some bebop stuff. This is a World Record Club release. There is various other covers that, for the original release that this one came out on. I don't recognize any of the players. I don't know what this is all about. So this is just I'll give it a listen, and it might end up going to the op shop. This one I'm not keeping, but I just wanted to show it to you. It's new, sealed, comes with a colouring in book, which is also new, and it's a must for every parent and child. And hey, I was once a child. I'm not a parent, but Never Talk to Strangers, 48-page colouring in book and full-length record with a little message to parents there. It's okay to say no. I think it's also okay to say yes, but who am I to judge? But I thought that was funny. This is the one I sent you a photo of, Mano Dibango, Makossa Man. Now, you may or may not remember, but a year or two ago I picked up a record called Soul Makossa from an op shop, which had a horrible dent in the record. It plays quite well, cleaned up okay, but in one section it's I don't play it a lot because I worry about my stylus when it hits this particular defect in the record. But it's a pretty cool album. This one is even better. This is very Fela Kuti. I streamed this on YouTube whilst I was going through the 100 or so records, and I listened to the whole album and really, really enjoyed it. I don't think it's worth $30 to buy, but to me, this is worth the value of the whole bundle because I really like it. Again, not great condition as far as the sleeve goes. The vinyl itself doesn't look great, but it'll clean up. I'm quite confident about that. But really enjoyed the album. Very, very Fela Kuti style. Just a good album. So it's a nice find. It's something I probably wouldn't have picked up had I seen it. Next is Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. I have a funny feeling that I have a copy of this sitting in my cleaning pile from those other records that I've had for ages that I went through a couple of months ago. If I don't, then I'll probably keep it. It's probably not something I'm going to spin a lot, but it's got the Spanish Flea on it. It's the greatest hits, and I mean, you know, we know what this is all about. It's an op shop special, but yeah, if I don't have it in my cleaning pile, I'll keep it. If I do have it, I'll find out which copy's the best, and the other one will probably go to the op shop. But yeah, so neither here nor there. Captain John Handy. Now, I don't know who Captain John Handy is, but he looks like a bad motherfucker. Shut your mouth. 1966, so we're guessing sort of bebop style. Again, don't really recognize a lot of the players, but it was with Jeff Bull and Barry Martin's band. Again, I don't know who they are, and this is actually signed by Jeff Bull, so whatever that means. But anyway, I'll have a listen, and if it's not up my alley, I'll get rid of it. This one I'm keeping. This one I actually did see on the day of the auction in the box, but there was another box of records also that I went through and didn't bid on because it wasn't much in it. I couldn't remember at the end of the day which lot this one was included in. So I'm pretty stoked about this because obviously I like Astrid, and I don't know this album. It's an earlier one of hers, which is great because I think that her earlier stuff is better than her later stuff. I have the one with her and James Last, I think it is, from the 80s, early 80s, and you know it's okay, but it's not as good as the earlier stuff, which this is on Verve, and it's better condition. Well, actually, it's pretty big corner bend there, but yeah, I'll be keeping this one. So happy to get an Astrid out of it. Zoot Sims. Now look, I'm not Zoot Sims, off shop fodder, right? But this one's featuring Buddy Rich, and I don't have any Buddy Rich stuff, so I'm at least gonna give this a listen. A couple of the tracks, so Buddy Rich is playing on this track here, Eastern Flight, which the album's named for, is a Buddy Rich track. You know, Lionel Hampton on Vibes, I know him. I don't really know any of the other players. It's on, I don't know how to say this, you probably do, Chiaroscuro Records. I have one or two other records on this label, but you know, it's something I don't have many on. 1980, so you know, the cover looks like it's easy listening, but who knows, right? So I don't have high hopes for this, but I'll give it a listen. And hey, lucky last, Beatles, 62 to 66. Now I don't have this one nor the later one that is the best of. Again, not the greatest condition sleeve. I've had a look at the records. There's some light scratches. That the VG, they'll clean up and they'll play quite well. But you know, that's got to be in this condition, it's got to be a $20, $25 record. So I kind of feel like I got my value there. Again, not the greatest condition. But it's a double Beatles album that I don't have, so I'm quite happy to have it. So that one, Isaac Hayes, Astrid, the Debango Makossa one. Between those four, I feel like I got my $30 value. So sweet. Thanks for watching.